Welcome to day 5 of 1,350 days. Now the sales count at this point, as you'll see, remains the same. And I actually nearly had a sale yesterday. Somebody did take my book, but I actually gave it to them. So this guy is a friend of mine, and he was chatting to me a bit because he's going through a bit of a bad spell in his life at the moment. He's actually from another country, and he's feeling a bit down because he's moved to I live in the southeast of England, just south of London. But I guess what I'm about to say applies to people living in London and the southeast of England. Anyway, he's lived here a couple of years, and but has never really got over this feeling that he can't really, it's difficult to make friends in this area, that everybody is very much within themselves, keeps themselves to themselves. Nobody says hello when they pass by each other in the street, and he's saying he's from a country where it's not unusual for people to say hello, to chat to somebody, and that there's just this friendlier atmosphere and feeling amongst people. I guess you could say maybe a sense of community. Well, he's living here in the southeast of England, where I definitely feel that there's absolutely zero sense of community. Some of you may be watching this in different parts in the world. It's a very, it's not a hostile place at all. Nobody's ever going to bother you here. It's very safe, but at the same time, nobody's ever really going to bother you. Nobody's bothered about you. Nobody's really interested in how you're doing. Everybody's living their own little sort of self-contained lives, tiny little family units. There's no sense of greater community at all. People aren't particularly friendly to each other. They're just looking out for themselves. Now, I would say that the system breeds this kind of place, this capitalist system we live in, where we're constantly competing against each other and working to have more than the next person, makes us just focus on ourselves the whole time. And I'm not immune to this. I feel this, I call it a disease. I feel this disease affecting me as well, where I just keep to myself, where I focus on my dream, where I'm just working away on my thing, and often forget to take time to be involved in other people's lives and to help other people. Anyway, I did my good deed by just giving him the book. He said he was interested in it, so I gave it to him. And his situation sort of reminds me of my situation, of me at university, in Manchester University, feeling like, man, what do? I just don't fit in this place. I don't go along with this whole drinking and partying culture. That, for me, that's not fun. It seemed that the other kids around me, the other students, young adults, didn't know how to have fun unless alcohol was involved and people were getting drunk. And it led to me spending more and more time on my own in my room, not really communicating with anybody, feeling really isolated. And it took me many years to solve my problem. I mean, with my friend, his solution might be going back to the country where he's from, so he can be, having a sense of community, so he can be around friends. I haven't really got that option, unless I was to leave for another country and see what that was like. I had to find a different solution, and my solution to this feeling of not being able to fit in, of this lack of community, lack of love really, amongst people, amongst everyday people, amongst people living and working in the same places, was a solution I found. Maybe it took me 10 years to find a solution to this problem, and that was basically, if I can't fit in, which I tried again and again to drink, to go out, to socialize in the acceptable way in my particular society, and it just wasn't for me. So my solution was, if I can't fit in, then maybe it's my role. Maybe I was never meant to fit in. Maybe my role was actually to create. And as soon as I found that answer for myself, it was like a huge weight was taken off my shoulder. I could then throw myself into creating a life rather than feeling I had to fit into a life. If you guys watch my videos on my other channel, Screw the System, or have even read my book or even read my work, you'll know that one of my favorite quotes is the George Bernard Shaw quote, the reasonable man adapts himself to the world, the unreasonable man adapts the world to himself. That's why all progress is made by the unreasonable man. Well, I am the unreasonable man, and I'm sure many of you watching this feel the same as well. And if you feel like you don't fit in, my best advice is stop trying to. Instead, Realize that this is a message. This is you're in a way a chosen one, perhaps. You're chosen to create something new, to create something better for yourself and then maybe other people as well. By you creating something new, maybe it will give other people a chance to either enjoy that or see that they have the potential to do that. So that's my story for today. No book sales, but an important lesson learned. And hopefully if you've experienced anything along those lines about feeling like you don't fit in, that message helps you. So I'll be back again on Monday, which will be day 6, 7, 8, 9, day 9 of 1,350 days. See you then.